Hi everyone and welcome to today's Drama Hospital Recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Also, don't forget to vote for Character of the Week. The Character of the Week for last week was Ava Jerome, so make sure you get your comments or your votes in. And Ava, I love you guys because you guys vote for Ava, so I stood by that. And even though she's not my favorite character, but let's just, be clear, Maura West has been killing it. But in any event, let's get to today's General Hospital recap. Misha has run through the house, and now she's on top of the cat pole, staring at herself, at her shadow. Misha, 1 second. Misha Ann has been controlled. Alright, let's get right to it. At Lante's, Anna comes over to say thank you for everything that, Lulu and Laura did, but Laura's not there right now. What is going on with my bags? They were fine until I pressed the record button, let me tell you. And, Lulu says, she doesn't have to thank her, I can't catch my train of thought. So, Lulu asks what happens to Valentin now. I had to take a quick intermission. So Lulu asks what happens to Valentin next. Anna tells him that he'll stand trial and go to prison. That's all going to happen in Europe, though. And, Lulu asks what that means for Charlotte. Lulu will have to fight for custody, so Charlotte won't become a ward of the state. And Anna gets a text. She's been given orders to arrest Valentin. It's official. At General Hospital, Valentin is awake and wants to leave as soon as possible. Can't imagine why. He wants discharge papers. He'll sign whatever he needs to sign to get out of there. And then later, Anna walks into his room. He's gone, and the nurse says he signed himself out against medical advice. Also, General Hospital, Ava wakes up. Griffin is there. Tells her to relax. They're taking good care of her. She's been in a severe accident. I think she knows. They have to assess the nerve damage, and Griffin can't speculate on her prognosis. He asks Julian to wait outside, and Ava is feeling pain. They can't completely neutralize it, which I think, obviously, I know, I don't like her. A lot of people don't like her, but again, this is not something I would wish on my worst enemy, to be quite honest with you. Alexis heard about Ava. She asks Julian how she is, and, he didn't expect to see her this bad, and, she hugs him, and I, love them. I can't fight it, okay? I do. She didn't come here for Ava, though. She came here for him, and she tells him that she got good news. Her law license is back. She's a lawyer again, and he's really happy for her. But she won't hug him again. He floats the idea of firing Scott and hiring her, but he wouldn't drag her through that again. Griffin comes out, and Julian comes back in to talk to Ava, tells her he loves her, and Kiki was here all night, and she'll be back, but she won't. At Alexis is home, and Julian's at the door. He has flowers for her. He was just going to leave them at the door and leave, but she heard him. So they were to celebrate her law license, and she, in a way, asks if he's planning to retaliate against Sonny, and he'll need a defense attorney. He wants to inflict pain. Alexis says, I'm sure Sonny and Carly want to lash out too, but Julian doesn't blame Sonny for this. I know, right? Ava started the fire, and he doesn't want another cycle of violence, and he especially doesn't want to be the one to start it. He meant it the other time, and she calls him on. She's like, yeah, you said that all the time, and he's like, well, I meant it every other time, and the only reason he did what he did was to protect the people he loved, and he asked if there's any hope for them, and I think, well, I'll tell you at the end what I think. At Lante's, Valentin is at the door. He's here to pick up Charlotte. Charlotte hugs him. She's so happy to see him, and he says he's better than ever, but he's clearly in a lot of pain, especially when she, hugs him, and it's like, ugh. Valentin says that he'll take her to school, and Lou's like, no, I'm already taking Rocco, so I'll take her to school. And Lou says it's not a good idea for him to have Charlotte, because he's about to be arrested. Obviously, Charlotte is not within earshot or in the room when she says that. So she tells him that the WSB is going to arrest him and bring him to Europe. Spare Charlotte seeing him get arrested. Call Nora Buchanan now and give her, Lulu, secondary custody to protect Charlotte against, becoming a ward of the state. And, if he loves Charlotte, he knows what he has to do. And then Lulu has to go upstairs. Rocco needed her for something. And when she comes back downstairs, Valentin and Charlotte are gone, and Charlotte has even left her lunch bag. At Perks, Christina runs into Carly. Michael told her the stuff about Ava. She's pretty much up to date, and Christina has no sympathy for Ava. Carly thanks Christina for hiring Morgan at Perks. Like, he really, like, lived his best and, like, was his best while he was working here. And, you know, that she's a really good sister. Andre finds Carly there. She thanks him for everything he did to help uncover this. And Andre says what Ava did was the worst kind of sabotage. They would have never gotten an accurate read on Morgan's health had he lived, and he would have been over-medicated and committed. And the worst part is, while he and doctors are trying to desperately help him, they would be horribly hurting him and not realizing it, which is, like, cruel. And Carly says she doesn't have closure yet. You know, there is no justice regardless of what happens to Ava, because Morgan is not coming back. At Kelly's, Nathan finds Amy. He shows Amy this headline that says, "Ask Man Landers is poised for book deal." And I was like, oh, this is so bad. Christina comes in, and Nathan tells her what Amy's doing with his picture, and doing so without his knowledge, and then this book deal. So Nathan says that this can't continue. He likes her, which is why he's let her, you know, take these steps without, you know, bringing legal things into this. Sorry, the bangs are really annoying me. But he asked why he shouldn't arrest her for identity theft. Amy doesn't want to lose her followers, though. Which, I say that pettily, but I understand. But again, if something legal is involved, like, you know. And he says, like, let me break this down. I'm a detective, and I need people to take me seriously. And I can't, like, interview people or, you know, bring in people if they're constantly asking him questions, relationship advice questions. And she says she took the picture down, which she did. And Christina says if it pops back up again, Spinelli can scrub his image from any server. But obviously a lot of people already saw it, so the damage is in a way kind of already done. And he says, look, the second this comes back to him, and she's like, oh, I won't. And so Christina kind of wants to give Amy a hard time now after Nathan leaves. And Amy wishes Nathan understood how important this is. Like, no, you need to understand how serious this is. Christina asks Amy what she's going to do. She still doesn't get the gravity of what she did. And Christina thinks that, you know, Amy should take credit for her own creation. Like, she built this. Like, own it, you know? Back at General Hospital, Nathan comes to the hospital to see Anna to get Valentine. Griffin asked Anna why she's not, like, super angry that Valentine's missing right now. And, you know, she's not defending him. It's almost as if Helena set him up to take the fall. And, you know, he wasn't responsible for what happened at the nurses' ball, and there were mitigating circumstances to what he did back then, selling the Chimera. But Griffin wants him prosecuted for Nicholas and Claudette, and Anna's like, well, that's perfectly fine, but it's a separate issue from this. And Anna seems to blame Alex more than Valentine. You know, she was friends with Valentine back in the day, and that falling out is what left Valentine vulnerable to Alex. It's just a gray area, which I'm perfectly fine with. I love morally ambiguous people because you get a lot of discussion about them. And Anna gets a call. It's Lulu. Valentine was there, and he took Charlotte. At Sonny's, Kiki wants answers. He tells her about the placebo, how Ava admitted it, but even if she hadn't admitted it, the lab did tests and found placebo remnants in the bottle, and it caused Morgan's spiral. He believes that Ava would switch the pills when she would go upstairs to visit Avery. So now Kiki's angry that she used Avery as part of all this. But she doesn't understand why, and I kind of thought she did, which is why she had that immediate breakdown. But, Sonny really says it in the nicest way possible. Sonny and Carly, they really do care about Kiki. They don't hold her responsible for anything with Ava. And he says that Ava wanted Morgan committed, so he would be free of Kiki, so she would be free of him, and it devastates her. It absolutely devastates her. And Sonny brings Avery down. You know, Kiki spends some time with her, hugs her, and Kiki thanks Sonny, and Sonny's like, you don't have to thank me. You can see her whenever you want. You're her sister. So Sonny sees Kiki as Ava's victim too. You know, he doesn't blame her at all. And Kiki starts to say something but won't continue, and Sonny's like, it's okay. You know, and don't take on Ava's guilt. You know, she uses her daughters as an excuse for what she does. That's who Ava is. And it starts to dawn on Kiki the things Ava said the other day about the stuff she did in the past to protect her, and like regarding Morgan and stuff like that, when like she was like acting like Morgan didn't exist or something. And if Kiki realizes like this is what she was talking about, and like it was all okay because she was doing it for Kiki, so it wasn't a problem. And Kiki tells Sonny to protect Avery from Ava. Oh, that was not pretty. Okay, so Kiki tells Sonny to protect Avery from Ava and don't let her get to her like the rest of them. Back at Perks, Sonny sees Carly and Andre. Sonny thanks Andre for, everything he did. And, they're both here to be close to Morgan right now. And Sonny says that Ava isn't done suffering. So he and Carly agree that Avery doesn't get to see Ava. Kiki agrees too. He tells her about his conversation with Kiki. And Carly wants Ava arrested, tried, and convicted. Like, she wants her to go through this process and to be, like, shown to the world for what and who she is. But she thinks about how Ava just walked away from Connie's murder, and there's no way to be sure that she'll be held accountable for what she did to Morgan. But Sonny's like, yes, there is. There's a way to be sure. And now end scene. Sonny comes to visit Ava. Not good. Amy wonders if there's a way to change Nathan's mind. No. The answer is no. I can tell you that right now. And then she gets a text from the publisher. They want to meet Manlanders before they sign anything. Nathan and Anna come to Lante's place. Lulu says, it's her fault that Valentin fled. She pushed it too far, but I believe he was already coming to flee anyway, or at the very least take Charlotte. She told him about the arrest. She wanted him to sign over secondary custody. But I guess maybe she doesn't realize, Anna already told him all that. That, he would most... What am I hearing? I'm hearing the ice maker. Most likely go through that. So, anyway. But, he grabbed Charlotte and ran. What if she never sees Charlotte again? Valentin is taking Charlotte on a trip where no one can hurt them again. Julian knows that he made mistakes when it comes to Alexis. But loving her was not a mistake. She made him better, and maybe he could get it right this time. And she wishes she could believe that, but she can't yet. She does take the flowers, though, which is a good sign. And after, she goes inside, he's like, well, that wasn't a no. Kiki finds Carly at Perks. She apologizes. Carly doesn't hold her responsible either, but Kiki can't shake the guilt. Kiki tells Carly that, she really did love Morgan. And Carly knows, and he loved her too. And Kiki feels that she got him killed, and that their love got him killed. And Carly hugs her, says, Ava's the one responsible. It's not you. And Carly is absolving Kiki of any guilt she may have, which I feel like is really big because she super blamed Kiki in the beginning to the point where Kiki had to quit her job at the Metro Court, or felt she needed to quit her job because there was such a tension between her and Carly, because back then they thought it was Kiki cheating on her, which I wish they would figure that out, but whatever. We'll put that aside. It's a non-thing now. But yeah, so I feel like Carly giving her this forgiveness holds more of a weight for Kiki than necessarily Sonny. You know what I mean? Because there was that extra to it. So Sonny takes the nurse call button away from Ava. No one is coming for her. Kiki isn't coming back. She knows the truth, and he's going to tell Avery the truth too when she's old enough to know. And everyone knows what she did and who she really is, and she deserves what she's getting. And Ava asks him to kill her. And that's where we leave off. So personally, I don't believe he will, because this is what he wants her to go through. He wants the whole town. If she dies, people are going to feel sympathy for her, whether they want to or not. So he doesn't want her to die. But in any event, thank you so much for watching. Also, don't forget to vote for Character of the Week this week. And I will see you next week for more Drama Hospital. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.